Do you know what happens when you shoot your subject from above or below? It's not just a different view, it becomes a different story completely. Today, we're exploring shot angle and how shifting the camera's position affects power, emotion, and the relationship between the viewer and the subject. Whether you're shooting a short film, an interview, or a product video, understanding the angle of your shot can elevate your visuals and your message. Now, the angle of your shot isn't just about visibility, it's about perspective. It changes how your subject is perceived, whether they're strong or weak, approachable or intimidating, distant or vulnerable. When you adjust the angle, you adjust the emotional dynamic of the scene, even before the subject speaks. Let's look at 4 of the most common shot angles and what they communicate. With a high angle, the camera looks down on the subject, making them appear smaller, weaker, and perhaps more vulnerable. It's particularly common in scenes showing helplessness or subordination. With a low angle shot, the camera looks up at the subject, which suggests strength, dominance, or intimidation. It's great for heroes, authority figures, or characters that are in control. With an eye-level angle, the camera is neutral and natural. This matches how we usually interact with others as human beings. It's useful for interviews, certain dialogue scenes, or balanced storytelling where you're not wanting to play with power dynamics between characters. Now, a Dutch angle, sometimes also called the Dutch tilt, is when the camera tilts sideways on its axis. It's used to suggest unease, confusion, or psychological tension. Something is perhaps not quite right in the scene. Each of these angles is a tool that, when used intentionally, will help you shape the viewer's emotional and psychological relationship to your subject. So let's unpack a few examples here. In documentaries, you should always use eye-level shots to let subjects speak honestly and naturally. In a horror film, you could use a low angle to portray the monster as menacing and powerful. And do you want to portray a character as vulnerable in a drama film? Try a high angle shot. Now remember, the camera's position is more than a technical choice. It's actually an intentional choice to advance the story. Next time you set up your shot, don't just ask, can I see the subject? Ask yourself, how does this angle make the audience feel about what they're seeing? A few inches up or down could be the difference between a flat shot and one that communicates tension, power, or vulnerability. In next week's video, which I'll link here if it's already live, we'll look at lens choice and how different focal lengths change space, emotion, and audience perspective. I'll see you there.